So why don't we hop on in to game number 1? Spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Babylon, we have the red PROTOSS player for Storm Gaming. It's MaxPax. And his opponent in the upper left-hand corner for Dragon Kitesy Gaming in the blue. It's herO. I'm going to close the prediction on the last one. We're going to open a prediction on this one so you guys can vote for who you think is going to win. I don't actually know. So PvP is wild. I feel like I would favor MaxPax in PvP, but honestly, the really big thing, the craziest thing that really makes it very difficult to figure out, the meta of PvP in Korea and Europe are different. I think it's one of the few matchups where I feel like the meta is strongly different. Like there's always little things that happen when players, you know, play certain other players all the time. They do kind of develop metas separately, but I feel like PvP is the most extreme, where if MaxPax is playing ladder in Europe tournaments, he's going to be hitting people who expand quickly and build Twilight Councils to go for Blink. Like, all the time he's going to be hitting them. Every game is going to be that. Except for, like probably 50% of his game are just straight up that exact strategy. Expansions, Twilight Councils, blah. Good. herO, on the other hand, probably hits 3-gate Robo half of his games. So they're both going to have very different experiences in this matchup. I don't know, man. I don't really know what to expect. I will say MaxPax's more recent results have looked stronger. herO really struggled at Yanqiuping, although I will say, considering Gumiho just got bopped by Creator, maybe those results don't matter. And I think that was a bit of a one-off for herO, who usually does very, very well. Just won KSL over Dark in the finals. Like, he's been crushing it a lot lately, and I think that Yanqiuping was an unfortunate misstep for him. MaxPax pretty consistently places very high in every tournament he places in too, or that he plays in. So, I don't know. Very intrigued here. MaxPax with the Zealot Adept opener to put some pressure on. There are a couple of Stalkers here trying to chase that Adept shade. I love the way MaxPax is just being as annoying as possible with this shade. Looks like the Zealot will die. The Adept will finish the shade this time and go into the main base. Gets a couple of probes. Oh, that Zealot apparently didn't die yet. Shield battery a little late to the party. 4 probes going down because of that. At the same time, what is this? An Oracle getting 2 more kills. MaxPax off to a ripping start here. Ahead 5 workers now. He did trade a Zealot and an Adept for that, but I think that's well worth those 8 worker kills. I think his Nexus was a bit later, though, so he's gotten 9 kills in total, but he's only ahead 5. So it's going to be a good economic boost for him, but he definitely needed it. But as I say that, 2 more Oracles show up and get even more kills. 4 more probes going down, and then herO says, you can't really have anything at home, can you? And he walks up the ramp and just targets down the shield battery. Might have to pull this hurt Stalker back, but he's not worried about it right now. There's only 1 Stalker dealing damage. Probes coming off the line to fight as well, pushing these units down the ramp, trying to buy time for this Void Ray to get out. There's another shield battery as well. herO about to lose 1 Stalker, but he's going to keep the pressure on. He has a proxy pylon. He's going to drop a proxy gateway. herO getting extremely aggressive here. MaxPax wasn't quite ready for it. Loses both of those shield batteries. The Oracle's in the main base trying to get some damage done. Looks like one of them's out of juice. The other one's about to run out of juice. A couple of probes going down. herO on 16 workers, continuing to build probes, but killing probes on the other side of the map, but he's trying to push. He's still trying to go for it, but he's lost so many workers. Kills another shield battery. More probes coming off the line here. MaxPax knows all he has to do is hold. It's easier said than done, though. Void rate is very low. One more shot from these Stalkers. It will go down. Needs to be super careful. The pylon getting targeted down, but there's a backup pylon. This pylon isn't the end-all be-all. And the Void Ray will get out. And with 2 Void Rays out, I don't think herO can push through. MaxPax poised to take game number 1. Whew. Man, that game got way spicier than I expected it to, way quicker. And that's, I mean, that's kind of the power of MaxPax right there, right? A couple units at the start. Just like poking and prodding, and then it turns into, oh. Oh. Sorry, I got confused. Turns into the Oracle's getting some damage. And then, like, the Probe loss adds up, pushes herO into a very specific build. He kind of has to do something. He has to attack. He was running low on probes. And MaxPax, I've mentioned it before, he's such a good defensive PROTOSS that you just would never expect it with the way he often plays. But when he's put in that position where he's ahead economically and all he has to do is not die, he's so good at not dying. For such a long time, I watched PROTOSS after PROTOSS struggle to take him down in those situations. And it was rare, and it still is, even against the other best PROTOSS in the world. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner, trying to prove he is the best. It is MaxPax. I think a lot of people would consider him the best. And I think if he would go to offline tournaments and get those same results that he often gets in the online tournaments there, he would have proved it. His opponent has had some very solid results, obviously. He's won GSL. He won DreamHack Atlanta last year. He's had some strong showings, but struggling a little bit as of late. Struggling in that first game. It is herO. Now this is still PvP, and literally anything can happen. It's kind of the fun thing about this this matchup. So this is interesting. The low ground 1 gate here, the low ground single gate. I haven't seen this. I haven't seen this since the change to Void Rays. That's not entirely true. I haven't seen it in a long time though. So there were a few players. MaxPax was, I think, the first I ever saw do this build. And this is when I talk about him being a macro cheeser and a good defensive PROTOSS. This is the build that proved it to me. He would go single gate, and every PROTOSS on the EU ladder would try to break him. All of them. All of them. Dude, I'd cast this kid play like 6 PvP matches a week. Best of 3s. And they'd all just try to bust different ways. Proxy voids, proxy robos, 3-gate blink, 4-gate blink. Whatever it was. They tried to break him 100 different ways, cannon rushes. And MaxPax was so good at holding. I mean, back in these days, I remember watching MaxPax against Zest. And even Zest, this was before MaxPax was definitely the best PROTOSS in the world. When Zest was the best PROTOSS in the world, for sure, Zest tried to break him and MaxPax held. Now hero's going to try to put some pressure on here. This is actually going pretty nicely for him, but with the shield battery about to finish up, looks like he's going to kill that Zealot, and that is about it. MaxPax diving for the adapters, will get it before running home to that shield battery. Nicely handled by MaxPax. herO not stopping the pressure, though. Doesn't have a base coming up, but he does have a robo coming up. So what did I just talk about? But all that said, MaxPax did that with on different patches. This is a different patch than those were, and there's a reason we don't see this that often anymore. It's a reason Estrella and Trigger and a lot of other Protosses that like doing this kind of stopped. And that reason is Void Rays are no longer as cheap or as quick to build as they once were. This was the answer for MaxPax. And, well, this is going to make it a lot more difficult now. Getting these Void Rays out takes longer for a lot of reasons. There's no Void Ray out here yet. It's just 2 Stalkers. The overcharge has already been used. Pylon getting targeted down, but there is a second pylon, so herO may be making a mistake. The probe blocking the way for a second there was so good. MaxPax just buying that extra half a second. herO had to shoot that probe. He had to target it down manually, and that bought time for this Void Ray to come out, prismatically line, and send those Stalkers back for a little bit, buying MaxPax some time. In the meantime, the Oracle killed 13 probes. herO's completely all in. Probes getting pulled from MaxPax, again, just to buy time, because guess what? There's a shield battery about to pop in the main. There's a Void Ray popping in the main. The shield battery gets targeted down, but now herO, he's backed himself into a corner. Can he deal with both of these prismatically aligned Void Rays? I don't know, because MaxPax is not using them right now. He's waiting. He's waiting. Oh, and that's a dead Warp Prism. Immediately, no more Warpins, no more pickups. The Void Rays, one of them dies, but that is GG. MaxPax holds, and he says, herO, today, I am the best Protoss in the world. What a match, dude. MaxPax he's insane.